Oh,
Hi.
hello. Everybody go, ah.
Oh.
This is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and the important people here are all these other people who agreed to come and play with me tonight, and that makes me happy. So let's talk about the people. Well, I turn myself down because I look over here and I'm screaming out of the red on my. Yeah, look at me produce. Okay, people. Let's start with the people who plays Toma. Hellhounds, what do you do when you're not here? Because you do lots.
Hello. I am Helen's 20. I am usually the producer for this channel on Thursdays and Sunday nights. I haven't been the producer on Thursday nights lately for reasons, but I am hopeful to come back to that someday soon. Otherwise, on my channel, I am a VTuber, I am an artist, I am a gamer, and I'm a GM as well. Uh, I believe, yeah, 2 days ago, I did a 12-hour stream and blew out my voice for an entire day. That was fun, but hey, it was a goal we reached to get my new computer. All the way back in April.
It has been a real journey watching you
Yeah.
do all the things, all the 24-hour things and the 12-hour things,
The
and
the next 24-hour stream is Halloween and it's gonna be for St. Jude.
nice. Oh,
Love it.
uh, you just make me happy every time you talk. You make me happy. That's why I'm so happy to be able to have you here. Let's move on to playing Captain Big Al. Sans / Sarah. How you doing? Put your links up. Do things.
Okay. Um, so yes, hi there. My name is Sarah. I have a YouTube channel. It exists. I don't think anything has been posted in a year, but it exists. Um, I also Twitch stream every so often when I have the time. Um, and I just hit all the wrong buttons. I am working with the Scar Adventurer on multiple projects. Uh, our, I guess the one that's coming up soonest is the Dawson Riddle, which is going to be a Zoom interactive show with ghosts and mysteries and spookies. I am here technically 5 times a week.
Yep.
Tuesday game as Magic, Wednesday game when it comes back as Crimson Rave, Thursday game I am the DM, and Saturday I am here as Captain Big Al, and Sunday I am here as Pandora.
Well,
I don't sleep.
no, apparently not. I'm just happy that you keep coming back. But let's move on. Let's go to the wonderful human being who plays Silent for us, because I just saw there that they have a last name. Hello. Hello,
Sal-
Mana. Also has a
Sil-
last name, but I'll leave that for you. Hi, how you doing?
Hey, I am good. Silent does have a last name. I just keep forgetting to put it there. I am good. Hello, everybody. I am Mana Queen. I am obviously here on Saturdays playing our lovely Silent. But you can also find me here on Dirty 20 Gaming on Monday nights playing Ash Lexington, the Slayer, in our Buffy TTRPG stream on Monday nights, which is a really good time. Otherwise, you can find me in our Discord, which I tried to type. I tried to do it, and it didn't work. I got it. There we go. You can find me in our Discord.
That's good because I can't spell, apparently.
Go ahead.
Hi, Disco.
Discord. You can find me in our Discord. It's a really good time. You should join us over there. We have community chats for each of our streams that happens 7 days a week right now, I think. We also have some other fun community channels, and it's a really supportive and great place to be. So you should check us out over there if you are so inclined. And yeah, that's it for me right now.
All right. Apparently, we're hype training and choo chooing and stuff. So let's continue doing that. Here's a segue I never thought I'd say. I've heard fuckboys like to choo choo a lot. Playing Jacques for us this evening. Let's get thematically started. Luna.
Hello, I am Luna, and I am playing Jacques Rousseau, our resident fuckboy, best friend to our other resident fuckboy/twink, Silent. I am very excited. I also play on Grave New World on Mondays as May Lipinski, who is a witch. So very opposites. I am playing right now. I'm nowhere else because
I was waiting because everybody else is like 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 22 days a week. You're like only 2 days, and I'm out. We'll have to fix that.
That's
Uh,
both Luna and I. Only
for
two.
we'll
now.
have to fix. I got plans. We'll talk after the show. But before I forget, let's get to Captain Little. He'll talk after the show. Ooh, okay, let's stay in theme. Captain Little Al, played by our very own Gloriosa Blaze of.
Hello, everybody. I'm Gloria, and I play Little Al, who is apparently over 6 feet tall. I was just reminded. I play here a few nights a week. More than 2, less than 5. I'm here on Saturday night being thirsty. I'm here on Sunday night as Aril. Don't have a good sense of that yet, but I think she's kind of a matchmaker. So that's cool, like setting other people up.
And an interesting world to do it in too.
An interesting world, yeah. And then I'm forgetting something. What else? Oh yeah, Grave New World, which we're all in. A bunch of us anyway. I also produce sometimes. I'm around. I'm here. I'm on the Discord all the time. I have insomnia, so I'm like there. I'm the one at 3 a.m. like, do mushrooms photosynthesize? Let's go find out. Here's my Google hole, and here's my anyway. If you want an info dump, I'm here. I stream sometimes too. Eventually, I'm on a break right now, but I'm hoping to get back soon.
Excellent. I love the creativity in this room. I'm counting, and it's like together it's 11, 17, 18, about 23 nights a week, I think, is stream content. And people are like, oh, and I'm gonna start streaming soon. You already freaking do. But never mind. Let's move on.
On my own channel, Kevin.
Yeah, on my own channel, Kevin. Thank you.
I will
Can't take much.
Own channel.
I will leave you far too little time to do that. Keep you over here.
You're like, no, all your time is belonged to me.
Let's stay over here. Yes. But let's hand some credit around. The art for the game, the character art was done by, a lot of it was done with Hero Forge. Some of it was done with very talented artistic fingers of a person who I don't have the reference for, but it's there. Come to join our Discord and you can find them. We're using Zoom. Not only, I normally don't mention Zoom, except that we're also using it for our map. This time in the middle of the screen there, which will be changing as we move along. With the, the game itself. Sometimes I forget to talk about the game, but I cannot forget to talk about this game. This is Rapscallion. This is the Quick Start Guide. They have successfully completed their Kickstart with all the extras, and it's coming. So until then, we're going to play the Quick Start Guide. But it is, and take this with 0 grains of salt because I read instruction manuals for fun. This is one of the best written instruction manuals I have encountered in all of my decades. It is not a simple game, but it's so well written and so well linked, as you'll see. It makes it really easy to play. So well done. I'm impressed. It is available on DriveThruRPG currently for free. The Kickstarter is done, but stay tuned. The finished product looks glorious. And yes, you can get digital copies, but oh, the physical copy stuff looks amazing. Anyway, before I start to drool, we should probably move on. But before we go forward, we got to go back. Because you might not have been pirates in the eyes of the law at the start of our first episode, but you have since stolen 3 ships, kidnapped 3 crews, and while you let them go, you did take them without their sort of consent, even though you got legal documentation that you took their ships at the point of swords and such. you are definitely, at least in the eyes of the Empire, you're pirates now. The thing about pirates, 88 miles an hour. You know what? I had to do the math, and I'm trying to figure. That's like 140 something kilometers. Anyway, which just doesn't have the flow, does it? But anyway, for people that can't see chat, they were trying to figure out how to get the seahorse up to 88 miles an hour. But I can't be distracted. I can be distracted that easily, and I have been, but not this time. The other thing about being pirates is you got booty. Some of your booty was given to you by the golden booty. Some of your booty is naturally born and follows you around wherever you go. Boom, 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 boom. And some of the booty you took, including 3 large ships full of Monet. Which you, 2 ships, and those 3 ships, now bobbing empty in the little tiny harborlets around the shady shoals. That's where we left you at the end of our premiere episode. Strangely enough, that's where we find you now. Except, pirating draws attention. You can see on the horizon around you a number of sails coming towards you. It's the nice thing about the Age of Sail. Ships are really freaking tall. You can see them coming for a long time. But it's like living at the bottom of a gravity well, because there's at least 3 large ships approaching the Isles now. Yes, sail ho. I'm not calling anybody that. That's the actual phrase. And yes, there is 3 Monets, so yes, you can sing the whole song. But that's what the 2 ships of you. Thank you, chat. All right, let's do it. Just because you got more people on your ship, let's start with Captain Big L and the Grim Reaper and cast and crew. You reckon I'm going to give you? I'm going to give each ship 1 piece of information for free. Captain Big L, your ship gets for free by the color of the sails and the cut of his jib. You can tell one of the ships that's coming back is the dead pirate Robert. Somehow, because you're such a good sailor, you can also tell that ship is skulking back. Like the ship is skulking. Like, yeah, there's shame in the way it's listing to port. So I'm going to give you that to respond to. What do the 3 of you on that ship do to the sight of the dead pirate Robert returning after fleeing at the first sign of the golden booty?
That's what it was
Check.
called.
Yep.
No. Thomas still close, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are all, yeah. For the
Yeah.
purposes of this, everybody's in talking distance, even though you're on 2 ships. Right?
It's they're coming back, aren't they?
Someone just nods. She's still holding one of those coins that we got from the treasure. That's
Yep.
like the brothel token.
Yeah.
She's still
Mhm.
holding
Oh.
one.
Yep.
Silent is there with Big Al and Toma, and it's just like kind of like over dramatically being like,
The other hand is out behind you, and
Are you
Yeah.
standing on 1 foot?
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like squinting, and then like looks down at the coin in Toma's hand, and just goes, "You do know what to do with that, right?"
No, I don't. And she's gonna drop it back in the treasure.
Oh, okay.
She did ask before we ended last time, what the hell is a
Gorgeous
brothel?
coins, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Silent is just like pet, and just like
I'm
best leave us.
I'm
alone."
presuming Silence got a few. Like, like,
Oh yeah.
like when you go on
Uh-huh.
holidays, you always come back with a little bit of change from a foreign
Mhm.
nation. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You came back with a couple.
2000%.
Yeah. Mhm.
Silent's like best leave those to those of us who would like them then.
Like,
but
go ask your mother.
Don't ask me.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I'm not gonna take that as you saying that in game.
No. But yeah, so Silent's like, yeah, they are coming back. Do we want to be here when they come back? I don't that doesn't sound ideal.
Well,
That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't think we want to be here.
if you bugger off, you will leave the 3 Monet ships. There's no crew. They all sailed away. Yeah.
Mm.
So his ship is skulking. Can I read, I guess you say, the quote unquote body language of the ship?
Oh, hell yes. Yep. He's the ship is approaching like somebody who wants to make a deal. Is that like they might as well be going, "Hi, hello." Yeah, they've got and you realize Dead Pirate Robert, you would all know this, lives on their reputation, and and they ran away. So they will probably want to have a word with you about not talking about them running away.
Dylan's gonna look at the.
They owe you. You guys won the bet. You were supposed to go and pirate, and the first one back with the ship won. You came back with 3 ships. He came back with none. So he owes you. Plus, they tactically withdrew. Ooh, it was a tactical withdrawal. You wouldn't want to get your mama pregnant.
This is not retreating. We're just advancing the opposite way.
Strategically relocation. That's the second movie. But go.
So the ships with him, we're seeing like 3 ships come, right?
Yep. So the DPR is coming in from that side. I gave them that one for free. You guys, because you're on a different ship looking the other way. You see 2 sails coming in, and on top of them are the flags, because you can see, everybody's got a flag. One pair of flags. I gave it away. One flag looks like a pair of pants at the top of the mast, just blowing in the wind. Very shiny, sparkly pants. The other one is a black flag with one big blue eye on it.
So they're not law enforcement.
No. I want to do a roll here because there is a roll. Let's go to let's put up the moves. Got the moves. I would like anybody, actually probably all of you, that want to, let's do a size up. Size up the situation. What this means is that you roll your 2d6 plus your vinegar, and if you roll 7, well, let us know what you rolled. Let's start with because you triggered it, Captain Little Al. Where am I getting my pen? Which one are you looking at of those 2, and what did you roll for sizing up?
For sizing up, I rolled a 7.
Okay.
Which, according to my notes, does something other than fail.
Yes.
I appear to have only gotten to like the notes where I put 2 to 6 equals fail,
Okay.
7 to 10 equals, and then I didn't write it, and then 10 plus equals blank. So
Oh,
all I know is I did not fail.
That's because there's a whole list of things. Out of 7 to 9, you get to hold 1. So you get to ask me 1 question about this situation, and I have to tell you the truth.
Okay.
So there's some examples here, like where is the true danger, where are the signs. In this case, it could be which flag do you know something about?
I have a suspicion about the shiny pants flag.
Yep.
Do I know anything about that one?
You do, because you mentioned that one. You have heard of them before. Your dad, your dad used to do business with them because your dad used to do business with everybody, right? Or have I got the wrong captain?
I think that's the wrong
That's
album.
that's
Captain.
Big Al. Sorry, yeah, little sorry. Anyway, you know them from your past. This is Pants de Leon.
Are you kidding me right now?
Nope. Absolutely famous for an endless supply of amazing trousers. Never wears a shirt, a hat, or even a belt, and wears shoes in only the blandest of colors so as not to distract from the magnificence of the trousers.
My kind of man.
Yeah.
Silent literally was like, "Oh, I love him."
Yeah.
If only I had that kind of confidence.
I have tried to teach you so many times, darling. It's just all on the shoulders. All on the shoulders.
Find my notes. I know there's just give me one more thing about pants here. Yes,
Silent is also
they're
usually
pants.
just in
Okay.
shirtless with shorts.
Yes.
Think
Their
of
their
them
ship
as
is
being-
called the Mighty Trousers. And unlike them, their ship has a belt. Goes all the way around, but from there down, it looks like jeans with pockets. So every pocket opens up. It's where the cannons come out. But
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
Does the belt go midship all around
my-
near the mast, or does it go all around
It's
the bottom?
it's funny you should mention that. They recently had a refit because somebody joked about how high their belt was. So they actually wear it lower now, and there's actually just a little bit of lining sticking out above the belt.
Even
The
the,
back
ships
just
get
has
pockets.
a little bit of crack.
Yeah, just
There's
a
just
little
a
bit,
little
yeah,
crack
just
in
a
the
little bit at
back.
the back. And one more thing I will give you for free. The ship is known for putting in questionable ports of call.
That's aren't they all questionable?
You're all
ports
sort of, yeah, but yeah, even amongst the other just recent pirates, they're known for yeah. Let's just
I'm
say
still-
some pirates want to party all the time.
I'm still mad that even the ships get pockets.
I know, right?
Pants.
Yes.
Literally.
Which leaves
Have
one
pockets, but they're
unidentified
so
ship.
tight.
That's only one person that's rolled. Let's go back over to the other ship. Let's get the other captain to roll. Captain
Well,
Big
and-
Al. Oh, yep.
I was also gonna ask, Little Al's gonna ask Shaq, like, hey, do you recognize the blue one there?
Yeah.
So there's that too.
So we're gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna do the two captains, and then we're gonna do. After that, I'll do them in alphabetical order by the first letter of the first names. But Captain Big Al, go. What are
6.
you? 6. Okay. What were you looking at? Was there anything specific you were trying to figure out?
No.
No. Okay. I was gonna ask because if never mind. I'll get it next time. Silent. No, that's not right. Yeah, it is.
They
No.
can experience.
Jacques. That's where we're starting alphabetically.
Jacques.
Jacques. What are you looking at? And your captain asked you if you knew the other vessel.
Yeah, I got an 8.
An 8. Okay, so one question or one bit of information.
Do I recognize
Sure.
the blue eye?
Sure, you absolutely do. This is the pirate known as Quixotic Dawn. The ship is the Depth Perception. It used to be a survey vessel that did underwater stuff. Now it isn't. It's a pirate ship run by a Cyclops, which is
This is
Quixotic
so
Dawn. Quixotic Dawn is famous for once fighting the tide for an entire 12 hours. They lost the first half of the fight, won the second half of the fight, and ended up calling it a draw at the end. And Quixotic Dawn is all about being honorable and heroic. Win, lose, or draw, they must be heroic in the process.
That's it. Good night, folks.
So there's
Kevin's killed us
So-
with
so
puns.
Dead Pirate Robert, the Skeleton Pirate, and Quixotic Dawn, DAWN by the way, and Pants de Leon are all approaching you at speed. Who's still left? Oh, Toma. Yes. Toma and
Okay.
Silent, but I was going to do it in alphabetical orders. But I said Toma. So Toma, what do you broke everything else?
Uh,
Let's break the alphabet now.
So, I did roll an 8,
Okay.
but I was mostly so we know that Roberts wants to make a deal.
Yep.
I'm trying to read the language of the other 2 ships. Like, why are they coming here?
You get yep. I'm gonna give it to you for one answer because they're both approaching the same way. They're not trying to sneak. They're not trying to get upwind. They don't have their guns out. They're like scavengers coming to have a sniff. But they're like crows or vultures that are just attracted to the ships. They're just coming to have a look.
Yeah, coming to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that unalphabetically brings us to Silent.
At the 6 from Silent too.
A
Silent
6,
is
okay.
way
What
too
were you-
distracted by other things.
What were you trying to figure out?
Honestly, what color the shorts were of the flag.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Because you'd swear to God it changes, like it's chromatic.
They're iridescent.
They're kind of
What is it?
iridescent.
They're holographic pants.
Yeah.
That's in character. Oh my god, it's like they're iridescent. Oh. Sound like looks at his own like black shorts that he's currently wearing. His gold ones are down below, but those are for special occasions. But he's
Yes,
just
yeah.
like, oh god.
When you
And,
look
like,
back up,
way distracted.
Silent, you see there's a brand name stitching logo on the flag, so apparently there's merch.
I can't give him money, right? I shouldn't give him money.
You have multiple treasures on your ship
That's sad. That's my money.
for
I
pants.
shouldn't give him money.
The whole show ends tonight. You guys go into business selling incredibly nice pants. Fuck the
Just
Empire.
steal the pants and then cut them into shorts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Modify the pants, give us some fucking pockets for once.
Oh. But yeah,
Again,
Silent's way
Josh
too
has
distracted.
pockets.
By
They're
the
just so
shorts.
tight.
So, the order that they're going to get here, actually, they were all going to get here at about the same time, but then you see Robert's, Dead Pirate Robert sees the other 2 ships, and suddenly the ship heels and starts coming towards you at speed. He wants to have a chat before you talk to anybody else.
Sorry, I saw chat. Search for the perfect pants.
I'm gonna hail him.
Okay. So yeah, Dead Pirate Robert himself is standing way up at the prow of the ship, and as you hail, he gives you one of those big bullshit salesman waves back, like he knows he's beat, but he's still trying to be charming. They kind of heave to next to your ship because you waved Little Al, so they kind of their ship's way up here because they got a big ship.
Mhm.
You got another ship.
The ship comes up and she's like,
and he leans over the side, festooned, like Mr. T levels of festooned with gold chains. And he reaches up behind himself and undoes one clasp, and it just starts dropping towards you like a gold avalanche. And he just kind of smiles and says, "I always pay my debts." Now about that gust of wind, and he puts one foot up on the rail of his boat and leans over to look at you, which would be absolutely obscene if he wasn't just a skeleton.
I'm gonna sidestep the chain avalanche
Yep.
and just let it
On
like
your
thunk
deck,
on the
yep.
side of the deck.
Yeah. The crew's just like, damn.
What do you think, Jack?
The big fake smile rotates on you, Jacques.
Did you see any gusts of wind?
I mean, not really. Just Well, do skeletons make wind? Because all I could hear was you flapping your jaws.
I
Might have
think
called
what
it a
you
bass
heard was
wind.
me transferring a cannon to your ship. We had to swoop out and come back so we could. I'm bribing you. What's it gonna take? And he just looks at the two of you.
Surprised you could make it back so fast with your main sail out.
And he kind of looks up, and
Um,
there's a bunch of smaller, or a bunch of parts of previous hymns. So there's like an arm and a leg and two arms that they're all just holding both sides of the sail, like a big giant stitches.
Little Al is gonna like hold up a finger to him, and then like kind of in a side style to Jacques, be like, "Are you asking him for his sail?"
No, I was rubbing it in his face that I fucked up his sail.
What do you want anything from?
Two cannons, two cannons.
I was gonna say we could probably he's
need
got
more
a
cannons?
big nice fancy ship. We could take a few more things.
I do I have the
It is up
cargo
to
for
you.
more cannons?
Cannons just take up
A
storage.
unit?
Yeah, 1 unit of storage. So yeah.
Yeah, we've got 2 units available. Okay. All right. Okay. And Jack wants your hat.
I will take your hat.
2 cannons and your hat. Sorry, out of character. That's a lot.
Yeah. And he's nodding until you get to the hat, and then it's just. And he reaches up with his bony hand and solves a mystery that everybody, I'm sure, has ever wondered if they really thought about it. As he pulls it off, it kind of goes. And there's little Velcro patches on his skull, and little Velcro patches inside the hat. And he reaches, and like you're reaching up, and he's reaching down, and the ships are kind of, and it takes about 3 tries before you can grab it. But yeah, you
Just
have,
2 fingers and then.
yeah, you have DPR's hat. Is it on top of your hat? Because you already have a hat, right?
No, Jacques does not have a hat.
Oh, okay. You have a, you now have the dead pirate Robert's hat,
Hell yeah.
and yeah, and like somebody whose wig is blown off, he's now walking around with the little Velcro patches on his bald head, as his crew loads 2 cannons down into your boat. Meanwhile, let's go to the other ship. Thomas, Silent, and Big Al. The first ship of the other 2 to arrive. You can kind of see this going on in the corner. Something's happening over there. But the depth perception, Quixotic Dawn's ship, pulls up not at your little islet, but at the next one over. And a gangplank comes down, and a giant crab, like 6 feet across, comes running sideways down the thing, being chased by several pirates with swords. They run out onto the islet, and the pirates go back up the gangplank and start throwing off huge, long strips of green stuff at the crab, who's just, you hear him in a distance, lots of swearing, and then the ship actually pulls away and starts to come around and investigate you, but they've dropped off the crab first.
You got to get rid of your crabs before you have company.
Oh my god. I was just watching that, looks over at Silent, kind of wants to make the joke, decides not to.
Silent sees Toma look at him, and Silent just arches a brow, like expectantly, just like.
You hear the crabs scream at the top of their lungs, When I said I was scuttling over here, that's how I move. I didn't mean I was trying to sink your ship.
Ah. Should I go talk to the crab?
I got all night. Talk to everybody.
Silent's just like, I didn't realize he can talk.
I'm just gonna slowly look at Silent and point to herself.
Silent just like hand waves that, like he's
Yeah.
used to Toma by this point. Silent's just like,
Yeah, Toma, this ship is big enough to have little boats, right? Probably
Mhm.
2 or 3 on a ship this size, so you could very easily jump in one and go and visit with the crab. If you wish. Always split
I
the
think-
party.
I think while everyone's focused on like the Cyclops ship
Yep.
and that whole shenanigans with the giant crab,
Yep.
Toma's just gonna step off the plank,
Yep.
like walk the plank. She's gonna fall.
Yep.
But when you look over the edge, she's walking on the water using her tentacles as like lily pads
Yep. Nice. And
to walk over to the crab.
And you're headed towards the crab. As you head in, and we're going to come back to this, but the image I want you to see as you sort of land on the water and sort of stabilize yourself and start walking towards that other island, they're gathering up all these big, long green strips. Being where you're from, you recognize it right away. It's kelp. They're sorting the kelp, even though it's all the same. But like they're putting this kelp on top of that kelp and this kelp over here and that kelp over there. You realize as you start to get a little closer, they're setting up shop. Which leaves us with Big Al and Silent on the boat. You've got the Quixotic Dawn on the depth perception kind of sailing around. You've also, approaching quickly, have Pans de Leon is also coming.
it's just a longing look in Silent's eyes as Vance de Leon's ship, just like he's so fixated on the man, just like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you
Hail
see
the
now.
Nova.
Yep.
That's what Big Al just says to Silent. Hail them over.
Silent just like sticks a long arm up and just like fingers like, hello.
Toodles.
Yeah,
the international sign for hello.
Yeah, just, hello.
Our version of a hail is like, "Hey, big boy."
It's literally that, just like, hi.
Speaking of
there.
which, as the front of the ship comes around and points at you, you can see that it is, you presume, probably Pants himself, but he's. There's no polite way to put this. The figurehead is ass first. He's like bent at the waist, so you just see his ass and is sticking out towards you off the front of his boat as it comes around.
Sounds like, yoo-hoo.
Okay, so let's do, what order do we want to do this in? I want to go back to Toma because this is fun. Toma, you head over towards the crab who's setting up shop, and he looks up at you. And he says, "Oh crap! There's somebody here already. Hi, how you doing? My name's Dip." He holds out a claw.
How is this guy like? Okay, so this is gonna be the weird marine biology thing I'm asking here.
Yep.
Does this guy have odd-sized claws, like one smaller, one bigger?
Yes. I kind of figured out just before you said it. He's reaching out to you with the smaller, less aggressive claw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the friendly claw, the details one, right?
Toma's going to shake his claw.
So
A pleasure.
It's nice to see you, and you're looking very healthy today. But do you have a moment to talk about the health benefits of kelp? And he holds up a piece of kelp with his big hand. It's sort of draped over his hand like a display piece.
I'm already aware of kelp. But thank you. Have you tried red kelp?
I have not. Have you tried wearing it? Wait. I got Scottish kelp. And he digs around and he pulls out a piece of, it's exactly the same piece of kelp, but he's kind of crimped it this way and then crimped it this way. So it's kind of got a green on green plaid pattern.
Okay, I see what he's done.
Straight from the high waters.
If you don't mind me asking, I'm more interested in your involvement with that ship over there.
I thought we had a deal. I thought they'd signed the subscription papers and I was to provide them with kelp on a monthly basis. But they've canceled the subscription.
What did they do with the kelp?
He just kind of looks around, and as the tide's coming in, it's all sort of starting to lift up off the rocks. He's using all of his legs to try and grab it so none of it washes away.
That doesn't really answer my question, now does it? What were they doing with the kelp?
I told them they could eat it, and they did that, and then they all got sick. And then I told them they could wear it, and they did that, and they all got a rash. And then I told them that it was really good for medicine, but you had to use, and then they threw me off the ship.
I can see why. No wonder they're upset with you.
I just want to sell enough so I can go to dry land.
Isn't that where you're at right now?
Yeah, but it's tiny. And he looks at you like he's admitting a horrible, horrible thing. And he says, I can't swim.
I'm gonna lean over to look at the back of this crab. So crabs? No, they do swim. They can
Yep.
swim. They have these little paddles on their butts.
Yep.
Does he have those little paddles or no?
They are there. Oh. They are there.
Kevin,
I
you
almost-
gotta come in with the knowledge.
No, I had a thought, and then I had a better thought, and that's when I laughed. It looks like Dumbo's head back there. There's two of them, but they're huge, but they just don't seem like they know how to use them.
Would you like some help?
Does it involve buying all of my kelp and then taking my money back and taking me somewhere to dry land? I think I might be a tree crab.
I'm gonna look at his claws. You're not.
Okay, please help me.
Gladly. Get in the water.
But I can't.
Get in the water.
Oh, crap, you're kind of scary. And he scuttles over to the edge and does that, like, the legs are trying to walk off the edge, but the brain just won't quite let him. He's balanced on his belly, and he's kind of...
For everyone else, Toma just sinks beneath the water, and then the tentacles come out, grab the crab by the claws, like where the wrists would be, and pull him in.
And there's just a trail of bubbles. Toma, where do you take him?
So, Toma is going to teach him how to use those paddles on his butt to swim.
Yep. So in my
properly.
Head, yeah, you take him down and you just let him go, and first there's just like a flail of bubbles, and then you see them get pointed up. They can see up at least, and they start to, like, the equivalent of crab paddle, trying to doggy paddle back to the surface, and then instinct kicks in, and with a little help and maybe a sneaky tentacle lift that they don't see, they're swimming, Toma, they're swimming. Disney movie music swells in the background.
When
the most
Toma
wholesome
is
thing ever on a show about thirsty pirates. I love this.
when Toma is in the water, though, her outfit just seems to disappear.
Yep.
So she looks a bit like those pictures of sea monkeys.
And
But
yeah,
but her hair has like kind of doubled in size to cover anything interesting.
yep.
So she looks a bit like a really well animated cartoon villainess
Yeah.
with flowing hair.
And yeah, and Dip swims up in front of you, and they're kind of all goggly eyed, which would be hard to do because they're on stalks.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of just flapping their little claws at you, and their little legs are running even though they're not on the ground. And then they go to the ground, they run around a little bit, they jump back up, they swim around a little bit. They stop, they swim down to the bottom, and they grab one piece of kelp. And they do some, you see some cutting with the big claw, and then some fine detail work with the little claw. And then they come at you all slowly, kind of hiding it behind their big claw. And when they get to you, they hold out this little. It's like a bracelet made out of kelp, and it says "Friends," FRENS.
They're giving you a friendship bracelet.
my god.
Can we start singing that song from SpongeBob? It's just like F is.
To do something
together.
Because
Yeah.
Toma knows what friendship is.
Yes.
So, yeah, she'll take the bracelet.
Okay. He ties it on to you if you hold out one of your tentacles. He ties it on for you, and then he kind of tilts his head one way, tilts his head the other way, looks around, waves, and then pauses for a second, and then starts to swim away.
Toma is going to point him in the direction of mainland at the very least. Like, just point the general
Oh,
direction.
I love it. Yeah. So he starts to swim, and you're like, tap, 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 tap. Then he turns around and goes the other way. I love it. Let's leave Toma there watching their self-kelp book. Oh, thank you, chat. Oh, I just looked over and now he will sell self-kelp books about swimming. Ah, thank you. That hurt that hit that. Oh, thank you. Let's get unwholesome. Back on the surface. I said unwholesome. So, Silent and the land of the happy pants. Silent and Big Al, you get to experience the trumpets, the announcement of the pants. There's banners that look like pants. There's like as the ship pulls closer, you see it says Gucci on the ass of the pants, on the ass of the boat. And they make sure you get to see that, so they because their boat looks good in this ass. That doesn't even make sense, but I don't care. But then when the ship approaches, you see all the sailors run below decks, and then the door at the back under the poop deck opens up, and out into the golden sun, they actually wait for a gap in the clouds, comes a tremendous pair of trousers with a large, swarthy, a tall, thin, swarthy, dark-haired man in them. He steps out and gleams in the sun. Then he steps slightly to the side and gleams better in the sun. And then looks down at you and just smiles. Like you can almost hear the "I'm Too Sexy" song.
It's a very soft from Silent, which is
There's a thud as of a heavy weight hitting wood. They've dropped the rope ladder.
Are we going? Tell me we're going. Please tell me we're going.
Yes, we're going. Yes, and he is all yours.
Oh, you can't tell me you don't just.
You hear from over the railing of the ship, "There's a cheek for each of you, but do hurry up. The sun's going behind a cloud." Actually, pardon me, let me do that again. There's a cheek for each of you, but you have to hurry. The sun is going behind a cloud. Sorry, I forgot about the accent.
Not one decimo. Standing on that ship.
He's Panstelion. He has to have the accent. And I can't do Spanish, so you're getting this.
Talon will just say, okay, well, if you insist. And Talon just climbs the ladder and like waits halfway to make sure that Al is following him, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Al is following, but I think Al's more focused on like, all right, you have to do the business of this.
Yeah.
Right. Al does get a nice view of Silence booty too on the way up.
Yes,
But
yeah. Oh, speaking of which, you said they were for special purposes only. Have you donned the golden shorts?
yeah, absolutely. While the
the
ship was
form-
on the way over,
formal-
Silent like scurried downstairs.
The formal booty shorts? Yes. I
Oh,
understand. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure. So,
Yes.
as you step up onto the deck, Pants is standing in front of you, and he scans you quickly up and down and says, "That's a nice touch. You are very nice, but not competing."
Not trying to. Silent. And there's like a hand.
And he kind of looks at, and he reaches out and shakes it lightly. And
There's
then,
a kind of like disappointed, disgusted, like when because Silent does this, and then when it's shaking, Silent's like, oh, okay.
yeah. Mhm. Al, you come up.
Yes, Al comes up, very much trying to look like I'm the captain. I
Yep.
know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Oh yes, and so yes, but and I mean you're dressed the part too, right? Plus you're yeah, it's really obvious you are who you are. He looks over at you and does a big swirly bow, but he bows to the side so that his body bending does not block your view of the trousers. And then he stands back up and he says, "At your service as long as you are at mine."
And what are you offering to us?
A chance to be famous. I am on the quest for the treasure pants of the naked moon.
You will have to fill me in on that one. I don't know that story.
When it comes to filling in trousers, it is what I do. Why is he turning French? Sorry, he turned into Guy on me there for a second. Yeah. When it comes to filling in trousers, it is what I do.
There is an up down from Silent at that comment. They're just like,
Yeah. And he
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was just-
turns to the side and shows you, and he says, "I know. Can you imagine this moon naked?" And he kind of wiggles his ass at you.
Silent just goes, uh-huh. Shook her hand. Anyways,
You can see it later, but I'm not taking off these trousers for just anyone.
Silent just stays silent for the moment. Shockingly. Shockingly. Unsure how to answer
It is-
that.
Okay, that's one offer made. I want to make the other offer now on the other ship because this is fun. Little Al and Jacques. 2 cannons are loaded onto your ship. The DPR buggers off below decks and comes back out with a bandana tied around his head. He's trying to cover the fact that he couldn't get the Velcro off. And he looks, I mean, he just looks defeated. He looks like you beat him so bad it looks like his sword belt and his sword and his boots look like cheap plastic Halloween costume now. But he looks down, he comes over to the two of you and says, "So, not a word about the gust of wind, right?"
Oh, who's he talking to?
The two of you.
I plan on the next tavern I stop at. It's gonna be a nice way to get people to buy me beers while I tell them the story of epic race and how close it was.
And he kind of grins and almost puts his hands on his hips and realizes how precarious his position is, and just kind of droops a little bit. Excellent. Oh.
That
Hey,
good with you, Jacques?
It was so close.
Just a hair.
Just
Oh.
a pinky bone.
He looks at you, Jacques, and he says, oh, I don't want to be the next, last, previous dead pirate, Robert. And he snaps off one of his pinky bones and hands it to you.
Oh, hell yes! I wasn't even asking for this. I'll take it.
What?
You
Oh,
already gave it.
That's how close the race was.
This is how
It's-
close the race was.
Oh,
But
I
I'll
thought-
take it.
I thought, oh.
No. This is good. I will show everyone. This is how close it was.
Oh, yeah, oh, hey, oh, I like that. Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, he's like going, yeah, and then he sees that he's missing the chunk and he changes hands. Yeah. Yeah.
I can tell a pretty good story, and now I have a prop.
One of the crew on his boat leans over the sides and says, at least she didn't say they, or at least they didn't say they beat you by the length of your dick. Goes back to work.
What dick? He's bone. There is no bone there in
And
the
he,
bone.
he's trying to cover his
There's only
non-self
one
now.
skeleton on that crew that has
Yep,
technically a dick,
yep,
and he's covered in gold.
yep. Yep, Mr. Bones is on that crew somewhere. We just haven't met him yet. But with that, yep, I recognize the scene, the scene ending when I see it. Everybody's cracked up.
You
and
mean
going-
when Gloria's
everybody's
about to
eyes are all
pass
squished
out?
up shut.
Jury kids, please.
So he
My
leaps,
cheeks are actually hurting.
as he leaps back
Oh,
up onto
God.
his boat. His hand, missing the finger, sort of hits something, and it spins, and if you see it falling through the air in slow motion, so you know it's important. Let's do a roll.
It's like, can try to nab it.
Yeah.
Is it big or small or like what?
It's about, and it's an oval about that big. And I'm just gonna
Can
say who
Jacques
catches
try
it.
to
Let's just
grab
make
it
easier.
with
Yeah.
with his new hat?
Oh, catch it in the hat. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, with his new
Yeah,
hat.
Yeah. So thump. I love that. So yes, pump in the hat. You bring it in to have a look. Do you let little Alcy in with you?
Yeah.
It's a belt buckle. It's got a bull on it, and it says bare bones back rider, and it's best of show, and it's 2 years ago. He used to be a skeleton bull rider.
We
You
are
got his belt
collecting so
buckle.
many trinkets from this guy.
I hope somebody's writing this down or does so after watching the replay, because I already don't know what's happening. So, but yeah, yes. The dead pirate Robert is now used to be a bull rider too. So yeah.
Belt buckle.
Yep. And with that, he attempts to sail away. You letting him go?
I think we have enough stuff from him,
Okay.
Captain.
Yeah, we've taken enough from that man.
The poor skeleton.
Let's cut to Toma, because these two are still
No.
talking to Pants. As you come resurface, Toma, you see the depth perception. Even better, you're underwater. You see the depth perception from below and realize it used to be a research vessel because it's got a glass bottom. So you can see into the boat from under here.
Oh boy. I am definitely swimming closer, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like in that weird edge of this glass where I can see in, but they can't necessarily see me.
This
very
makes
well.
perfect sense because all that takes is that it has to be brighter inside than outside. So, yes, that's it has a glass bottom. Yes, if the boat was built vertically, it would have a glass ass. But never mind. It has a glass bottom. So yes, and it's brightly lit inside because it's a research vessel. So yes, you're on the outside in the dark, so you can see in, but they can't see out because the boat from their side is reflective. You see. Oh, one other thing about the depth perception, which is clearly obvious, especially when approaching from below. This worked out really well. It has a ram on the front in the shape of a lance.
Huh.
It's Quixotic Don Quixote is who this one's based on. They
Oh.
fought that. They spent 12 hours fighting the tide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God damn it.
I,
I know that.
this is what you get when you have a GM who has a double major in philosophy and English. All the references. But yes, the you can see inside the ship. It it looks like a military vessel. It is spotless. Everybody inside is in immaculate uniforms. They're marching up and down. You know, they're practicing marching. They're practicing looking good.
Do I see any weaponry
Um,
besides the
yes,
lance?
yes. But now that you brought it up and you can see inside, the cannons are shipped. They're not ready to fire. They've been turned sideways, moved to the middle of the vessel, and essentially decommissioned. So
Mhm.
the only active weapon is the lance on this boat. Um, yeah. Other
Okay.
than that, if you want more, we'll finally do another roll. You can size this up, which is roll plus vinegar, so 2d6 plus your vinegar. And I see the C's where Captain Al is a little Al. I just got bouncy there for a minute.
I rolled a total of a 7.
A 7. So you get one more question. A tough one, like one that you really have to look for, because I gave you the rest of it for free.
Is I'm looking at the first question, like where's the true danger? Like,
Yep.
is there any true danger of the ship to mine
You
besides
see,
the lance?
you see,
I gotta make that
it's
clear.
all connected. You see a map on the wall of one of the rooms, and on it, there's a nearby section of the map, and it's got a bunch of little ships on it, but each one of them looks like it has a windmill on it. You recognize them. They're actually wind-powered ships. Instead of a sail, they use a spinny thing, but they
Mhm.
look a lot like windmill ships. And there's big arrow pointing from here to there. So the only danger that is lurking here is a very bad idea. Clearly,
Okay.
Quixotic Dawn wants to go tilting at windmill ships
Oh.
and has come to ask for your help.
I think what Toma's gonna do.
Yep.
She wants to. I don't know why she wants to do this.
Yep.
She's going to increase her size by 2.
Okay. Oh, you're
And
still
she's
in the water too. Yeah. Okay.
she's going to increase her size by 2, so she looks a bit more like Ursula from Little Mermaid.
Yep.
And she's going to swim past that window, like that glass
Right.
bottom, and they're going to see one tentacle slide across the
Yeah.
bottom,
Yep.
kind of like
Yep.
cupping the bottom of the ship
Yep.
as she swims by.
Yeah, as you touch, it's exactly what you would see.
You just grope the ship.
I'm
On its
putting them.
glass.
Lightly stroked its glass bottom to be precise.
I am edging
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
I'm keeping them on edge. It's what I'm doing.
The entire crew is are Cyclops, and therefore have no sense of depth perception while on a ship called the depth perception. So when they turn and run, a lot of them run into each other and stuff and walls, and you get to see all of it. And then sort of there's one over here that still looks pretty cool, so you just put a sucker up right next to them, and they bolt too. Um, yeah, it's messy. There's no imminent danger of their ship sinking, like they're not knocking over
Yeah,
torches
yeah,
or
yeah.
anything.
I'm
But-
just putting
but-
them on edge.
Well, you're doing a little more than that, because as you figured out from this ship and what you know about Quixotic Dawn, they're all about acting heroic and being seen to be heroic, and that is not what is happening on board their ship right now. So you hear a bellowing from up on deck. It sounds a lot like an angry mom. It's a lot of when I get down there, you better not be fighting.
And as once I'm out of view of that ship, I'm gonna shrink back down to my normal size and climb up our ship on the opposite side so they can't see us.
Yep.
Because when Toma climbs up onto ships, it's a little creepy.
Yes. Oh yeah. And then the third and the fourth and the fifth,
Yeah.
the sixth tentacle, and then kind of like the octopus sneaking out of the tank. Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. There's my image
So,
of the day. Thank you.
What everyone else sees is Toma step up on the deck, and her clothes just, if the camera was like from the shoulders up, they just slide up into view.
Yeah, the girl back up. I love it.
I am dressed again before
yes.
Silent can see.
But probably, nobody saw it anyway, because on the depth perception, the others hear a mighty yelling. The door slams open from the poop deck, and a very tall Cyclops in full conquistador armor comes storming out on deck, and then pulls open a hatch and drops down into the hold below. And mere moments later, 1, 2, 10, 15, 20 other Cyclops start running up out of the ship and running and are hurling themselves off the ship into the ocean and swimming off to the shady shoals. Some of them jump too early because, again, no depth perception. One of them gets hung up on the rail and then tips over into the ocean and swims away. So, the only side quest currently on the table, let's go back to them, who have been offered the quest to go and look for the treasure pants of the naked moon. Pants looks at you expectantly, bulging with anticipation.
Bulging where?
Island knows.
with anticipation. I'm no Tim Curry, but I didn't really try. So, so yes.
Silent will look to Big Al and just, kind of, there's silent question. Oh, wait, not a silent question. Silent can literally just talk to Big Al.
Yes.
In the brain space.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. So in Big Al's head, they hear Silent say...
That's not the head Silent was thinking with, but yes.
yeah. And Silent will just going to say, so, what do you think?
It's not the worst idea, but it's not the best one either.
Treasure's treasure, right? And if we can get the pants before he can,
All right, then, let's do it.
The others will surely be fine with this, right? I'm sure.
Of course.
You're
You're
a captain,
right?
Yeah, and treasure's treasure. So
Exactly. Little Owl shouldn't be too upset.
well, I'll let you strike the deal, my captain.
I was actually going to leave that to you since you're better at sealing the deal than I am.
Don't flatter me. Okay. This is all.
You know how when some people talk to people, you generally they sort of look at them and you look back and forth between two people. You sort of move your head. Pants doesn't do that. He moves his pelvis and aims his pelvis at the person he's talking to, or listening to. Yeah. So, Silent, as you turn over, you are confronted.
So I mean that all happened, of course,
Yep.
in their heads.
Mhm.
And Silent will say, so fame, money, pants, what else is there?
Not just pants, but a chance to wear them.
So you're saying that I could wear the pants?
He goes to say something, stops, grins. The pelvis comes out about another inch, and not like the whole thing, not and
Yeah,
he
just-
looks at you and he says, "You can wear the pants in this relationship anytime
Oh,
you
no,
like.
ugh. Ick. Don't do
You,
that
you
again.
can wear the booty shorts in this relationship anytime you like."
We'll see. We're in.
And he looks around and he yells at the crew, they're in my pants. That's what I call my crew, my pants. They're in my pants. Come forth."
I think by that point, Toma has walked up behind the other these
Yep.
two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Silent will be like, Toma, we're going to find me pants. Aren't you excited?
Well, this is better than the other offer we were about to be given.
Ooh, more later. Definitely want to hear about that. But first, pants. I mean, it's going to take a minute for the pants, I'm sure. They're not like right here.
Quick interruption. You see the dead pirate Robert ship stops and does an impossible turnaround and comes back
Oh
and
no.
pulls up next to you and says, he looks over and he goes, "Hi," and he waves and, I'm never gonna get used to that. "Hi, I forgot. I was gonna offer you a treasure each for those," and he points at the 3 ships. Because you still got 3 ships full of Monet there.
Silent looks to Al for that one. That's an Al call.
Yeah, I have to talk to the other captain as well for
Oh, and if you take the
because-
stuff, it's an alcohol. Okay. So, yeah. 3 treasures. You forgot your coffee. So yes, just to clear up, just to basically do the cleaning things up. He will take the 3 Monet ships and replace them with 3 treasure for you.
Where are we putting the treasures?
Yeah.
Your extra crew bag, Al, is standing in the hold, looking around, going, "Oh shit, shit, shit."
Yeah, that's the issue.
Shit. You need to replace them to go up a level of renown anyway. So now
Twice.
there's 2 groups, because you've got 2 in your storage, right? Or is it only 1 extra? Because you don't need a full crew to run your ship, right? That's just
No,
Yeah.
Ship's already run by the ghost.
yeah. So
Yeah, technically I have 2.
Yep, you could easily throw 2 groups of them out onto the Shady Shoals here.
And then have to bring in 2 more.
Yep. So you'd have to go somewhere to get those. But yeah, you can get rid of these 2 to make room for the treasure. Go and because you guys need a lair. What you really need is a lair at some point.
Yeah, we need. Well, I just took on 2
Oh.
cannons.
Oh, somebody failed earlier, right? No, 2 people have rolled 6s tonight, right?
Yeah.
Take your
Mhm.
experience point. Every time you roll a 6 or less, take an experience point.
Hey, I will say, I did say that earlier. I was like,
Yep.
experience.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
Same.
So, do we have a bunch of unemployed, lightly experienced, because they only did 1 run, some lightly trained pirates? Yep. Oh,
Question.
Finger. Yep.
Can we, for now,
Mhm.
until we can get to somewhere to. I don't know. I don't know what we do with treasure once we have it.
If you look at your ship, you can use treasures to do stuff there, but you have to be in a port to do it.
So
Treasures and hoards. Yeah.
can we? I'll have to look at it more closely later. But can we deploy my lifeboat?
Yep.
And put the unemployed crew on there and tow the lifeboat to port
Yes.
so that we can do stuff with this treasure and then
Hire them back.
yes.
Therefore, fulfilling
There we
the
go.
renown. There you go. Oh, these people looking at you like you need somebody to run HR, but okay. Basically, you're firing them, putting them in a boat, towing them across the ocean, and then rehiring them.
It'll be fine.
It's fine. We got this.
Once we get
I'm
there,
gonna-
we'll discuss your new starting wage.
I'm gonna no, I'm gonna pull out some of the brothel tokens and like ping like one to each of them like for your trouble.
So
That
by
one
the
was
time,
mine.
so by the time you put them in
We
the
have
boat,
plenty.
by the time you put them in the boats with the tokens, they have found a deck
Called
of cards.
furlough.
They are as you put them in the boat, run the boat out behind your ship. I'm assuming behind the Grim Reaper because it's bigger. You see them. They've got a deck of cards. They're playing cards for the sex tokens.
Awesome.
So yeah. So by the time you get to civilization, at least one of them will be naked and owing their sister. But you know.
Okay.
It's for tax reasons.
For tax reasons, they have to keep them offshore. Okay. Yeah, the Jimmy Carr pros. Anyway. So with that, Little Al and Jacques, you guys are all loaded up with treasures, and the dead pirate Robert bunkers off again into the distance, shining slightly less heroically than before. But Big Al and Silent and Toma, do you explain the offer?
Yes.
I'm going to explain to Big Al and Silent the offer we were going to get, the bad idea
Yeah.
from the Cyclops crew.
Okay, yep. Yes, they yeah, going tilting at windmill ships with a crazy
Yeah.
Okay,
Cyclops.
so what are we doing? I'm completely out. Big Al,
Yeah,
what do you propose?
as the owls come back together.
Ooh.
So, Prince de Leon has offered up to, I guess, share a treasure map.
I like treasure.
It's for pants.
Don't like pants.
The treasure is
Me.
pants.
But they're shiny.
They're
With the
shiny
shine.
treasure pants.
Little Owl, like this, you now see the ship that's next to you that has the pants instead of a flag, and a magnificent specimen of humankind. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Standing there on the deck, enpantsed. Yeah. There seems to be a theme of their new friend.
Jacques just side-eyeing him like,
Yeah, little Al is like kind of looking over and is just like, What?
Who put I forgot the colors that we used on the map. Who put Crescent Moon Island on there, and whose big red X is that?
That's Sans.
Okay.
That's me.
the X is mine.
Okay. Perfect.
Don't ask me anything about it.
No, it's okay because in this case I am filling in the deets, one each on those. But the two of you, the captains kind of have a look at each other because Big Al, you remember, maybe he meant Crescent Moon instead of Naked Moon.
Hmm.
maybe that's where the pants are. And little L, pants, crescent moon, kind of looks like a butthole. You heard there was a treasure there. I don't know what you're thinking. That's.
Well, I was thinking that it was a croissant moon.
and
I-
So you need to eat before you leave port.
Yeah,
you're
we
hungry.
now we need to go get some banging croissants.
Yes.
I mean, I eat croissants just like I eat ass, so very voraciously.
She gets the both at a bakery downtown.
She's a very efficient second mate. First mate. He. She.
he-
what are
they,
what are
and-
Jacques' pronouns?
Right now
He.
he's.
Right now he.
I mean, yeah, he.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Like, okay, yeah. So.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The reason that I mentioned that is because any treasure that you guys go looking for, any hint that you get that it's a big deal, literally ups what you're gonna get when you get there, or increases your chances of finding really cool stuff when you get there. So if you choose to go on this ship, and both of you know, one of you knows about this mysterious island, the other one knows about the treasure that's in this weird shaped island. Crescent, croissant, all of that all goes together, which would give us now 2 + 2 on any roll for how much loot is actually there when you get there.
Ooh.
So even side quests scale. So the question, do you want to go to civilization first, so you can do your stuff?
Yeah, we really need to unload our inventory over here.
Yeah.
Gotta stop by the tavern or something.
Yeah,
Ah, yes, I
Like-
really need to unload.
that's the crew's already saying no.
The crew's in this lifeboat. They don't get a say.
I
No
already
comments
got
from
all
the
of you. Shut up.
No
One of
comments
them in
from
the
the peanut gallery.
lifeboat. One of them in the lifeboat now has all the sex tokens. The other ones all look really sad.
Good job, baby.
It's rear view. It's what is it? Rear view mirror.
Yeah. It turns out there's more
I'll
than
give
one
you
car
a rear
shark.
view.
Objects in this mirror are closer than they appear.
And much bigger.
Yeah. Asses in this movie. Okay.
Okay, so let's go
yeah,
by. Yeah,
So
we both just did the okay.
the question then is, you got a couple different options here to fill in some space. The puzzling pillars is pirate land, so you can go over there. There's going to be ports. You're just not sure about the people, right? They're locals, but they're pirates like you. If you go over to the main island and the cluster, if you go to anything inside that circle, you're likely to at least see an Imperial presence. So maybe cops or informants or something. If you stay outside of that circle, you'll find just locals. And there are ports in and out of all of those.
Except for murky graves.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, to my mind, that's way beyond the puzzling pillars. Yeah.
So can we sort of like kind of go here-ish?
Yep.
So that we're not getting too close to the Imperial present. I don't know if you guys can see my
Yep.
red mark.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we're not getting close to like Imperial presence, but like we still are near enough that we can take care of our shit.
But the nice thing with that little island that you drew on and I moved the ships over to is that's the one that has the well that is currently still not finished, and therefore not as well protected as the other wells in the area are. So there is that too. So there is a port on that island that you can go to and do renowned stuff, and you could also gather information on that. But one more time, and this time it's because I forgot, the Dread Pirate Roberts sails back into the scene again, pulls up beside the two ships and says, I found these and forgot to give them to you. And he throws down several books from the three Monet tankers, and then turns around and sails away again. They are the universal
It's a
schedule.
drive-by booking.
It is a drive-by informing.
I think he's attracted to one of us. He keeps coming back for more.
It's a drive-by luring. And in the distance you hear, I'm going to leave you more than a finger next time.
Oh, Jacques. I think you have a fan.
I know how to pull them in.
What are the books?
I've had some scrimshaw done. It's
Tom was like, hello, Lord.
It's like,
Toma,
hello?
the books. Yes, because yes, Toma. Wow. Yeah. Okay. You find a couple things. You find the universal schedule because this is an empire. It's a schedule, and it's all on one thing. I'll get the details to you guys after when you're breathing clearly. But the big items on it are in reverse order. 9 days from now, there's going to be a supply ship landing from space. These are very rare. They come down, they take the Monet, and they go. 6 days from now, there's going to be what they call a Vichy picnic. I'm probably the only World War II fan that's going to get this. The Vichy French are the ones that collaborated with the Germans. So these are the locals who collaborated with the Empire when they landed. They're having a picnic for them. That's in 6 days. 3 days from now, there's going to be a regatta, which is funny because the Empire doesn't boat well. They don't sail well. You guys have already seen that, right? But that regatta is going to be announced tomorrow. I've got more details on all of that, but that's like the key highlight items in that. So that gives us our sort of our timeline. 9 days to the supply ship, 6 days to the picnic, 3 days to the start of a regatta where a bunch of people that can't sail are going to come out onto your ocean, and the announcement of said regatta tomorrow. There's also there's the official logs of the ship, but they've also got a section in the back of each one literally called scuttlebutt. And it's just information that was, it's rumors and whatnot. And those rumors are... There is one rumor that the Empire actually has a way to put unprocessed Monet back into the ground. They don't have the tech here, but it is doable. It's a rumor. You don't know if it's true or not. This one makes sense. Again, you don't know. It's a rumor, but this one makes sense. There's plenty of support for anyone, as it says here, foolish or brave enough to stand up to the Empire amongst the locals. They're going to help. And one more, you may have heard this one already. I don't think so. Mortel Perel's lair is rumored to be located somewhere in the Pillars. It's called Anarchist Island, and it's located on a long, snake-like landform known as Monty's Python.
No. 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 No.
And for the second time, good night, folks.
Did anybody get that I named the crab dip? Crab dip?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you have only yourselves to blame because you guys mentioned crab dip in the chat the other day, and I saw a crab named Dip, and this is where that whole thing came from. So that's where that whole character came from. But I've made Toma leave the screen again. Oh, they're invisible. They've squirted ink and fuck right off. Anyway, so that's the information you have from the Universal schedule and
The frowny face on
scuttlebutt.
her
Yeah.
right now. She's so unhappy with you.
Oh, you made me ink. Oh, I'm dying. Okay. Oof. Oh shit. Do you guys have your ship sheets? Because we're gonna get you there eventually, because you guys can do stuff now. because you guys figured out the trick, Al, you tow your crew to the island. You guys are going to.
It only has to be one crew though, because we have
Yep.
like two crews. But
Yep.
like if we take the lifeboat out, one of them will fit in the hold, and then one will fit in the lifeboat, and it's great. It's
Yep.
fine.
Yep.
This is
So,
good.
so if the two of you open your ship sheets and add the X's in the appropriate spaces, so I think you're both at renown 1 now. Oh, I got. Oh, do I have the right whiteboard?
I got to renown 1 last time.
Yeah.
I'm renowned 2.
Are you okay? I didn't open.
Are you renowned 2?
Yeah, because we got rid of 2 of them and then rehired 2 of them. So then I lost 2.
Did you
have we done that yet?
We're in the process of doing it right now.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
guys, you're not going to run into anybody on the way to the island because I want to get this done. But I realized I didn't open up the pages. I should have it open. So, I know what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of an information here, give you guys an idea of what you're facing as you sail into this little harbor. And then we're going to drop the curtain early tonight so we can spend a week making sure we get ships. And we're going to get experience tonight. At least somebody's going to be going up a level at the end of tonight. So we'll get all that done off screen. So you leave the shady shoals behind. Bits of kelp float off into the distance. A ship with a lance, finally back under control, heads off looking for windmills to tilt at. And your trio of spectacular vessels, the Amazing Pants, the Grim Reaper, and the Seahorse. I love that image. Just like the big fancy pants, then the big kind of old scruffy boat, and then the seahorse coming along in the rear. I love it. But the three of you sail off into the ocean. At one point in the distance, you see a small, almost like a cloud of green specks on the horizon. You realize they're very tiny green sails, but they come close, just close enough where they can see you. And then you see them turn around and sail away. And Pants says, oh, that's... wait a minute, let me get the accent right. That's the viral horde. I had them once, but I made them go away. They're a group of pirates called the Viral Horde. They're green and they infest your ship. Pants had them once, but he made them go away.
I think I've heard of something that can take care of that.
Pants turns to you and says, "You know the ointment?" And it's a title, like the ointment is their name.
I am very well versed in many peoples around the ocean.
and the two of you have a conversation about rubbing the ointment on things. But let's leave that there. Let's try and, I was gonna say reel it in, but that's an innuendo too. So let's not. Let's just leave it all out there on the table and continue. As you sail into this island, it's a strange place. It puts the ointments on his ship where it gets the kelp again. Oh, good thing that warning stayed up there all night.
Thanks back, Kyle.
As
Thanks,
you pull into this little harbor, it is a really quaint little fishing town, because that's what this world was like 6 months ago. It was just a little fishing town. And for just that second, you get that, maybe this is going to be okay. And then in the distance, on the other side of the island, you see the big, billowing, stanky-ass cloud of black smoke coming up from the construction site of the new well. As you sail into the harbor, you hear it's just starting to get dark because that's how it's going to work here. There's small fireworks going off. There's bars are starting to open up, the good ones. The tourist ones have been open up since this afternoon, but the good bars, the ones that are going to be open all night, are just opening now. There's security offering to guard your ship that nobody would hire to guard, anything. But yeah, especially when you've got a Toma, you don't need that. But the little town beckons in all its calm, regular, normal little glory. So with pinkies and hats and plans and bad ideas, let's quickly go around the table and see how everybody's doing. Captain the Big Al, what's going through your mind?
There is this temptation to go and see if they're possibly using prisoners for construction.
Okay, yeah. At the very, very least, I'll give you this much before you even go and look. That's entirely possible, and I'll think about that for a week. But at the very least, you know that there's these Vichy, these locals that have agreed to work for them.
Yeah. It's this, she kind of gives it a look, make sure no one else is looking at her, and then we'll just kind of shake it off and keep going.
Silent as the sun sets, the glint of all the trousers is less dazzling. Maybe you can have a thought. What's going on?
Silent has a lot of thoughts, and
Yeah.
the first and foremost is there's one of the brothel coins, like very almost Jack Sparrow-esque, and he's just kind of like twirling it through his fingers. But if anybody's actually looking, it's not actually a brothel coin. It is a poker chip. And he's just like looking at the shore and just like back and forth and back and forth. And their urge is almost more than an urge at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's absolutely positively
there's like
victims. I mean, there's a game. You can smell it. There's suckers over there.
Yeah, and there's a tension in silence that a few people would recognize.
Suckers tented in silence. You're over there doing your French pole vaulter imitation on the front of the ship. Heading into harbor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I gotta wait for somebody to stop laughing so we can go next. Toma, tell us what are Toma's thoughts? You helped the crab swim today. Yeah.
I think the closer and closer to this island we get, the less and less people see Toma. And like, Toma was already pretty quiet since everybody has met her. But now she is unnaturally quiet. If somebody tries to talk to her, they don't get a response. They don't get so much as a move of the body, just like a look from the eye.
And I'm presuming a very stoic face as it gets dark, as the sun sets.
Yeah, especially when we see that big pillar of smoke in the distance. If anyone is actually looking at her posture, she looks tense. She looks very, very tense, which is pretty impressive for a cephalopod.
Yes. 8 shoulders all way up here.
It's more that if she had knuckles, if she had knuckles, they would be glowing white.
Oh yeah, love it. Get everybody on the Grim Reaper is tense. Yes. So let's then go over to the other ship. Captain Little Al. Let's put the in various places in these sentences. Little Al. What are your thoughts? Got many new cannons.
So many. She is kind of she's like not anywhere near as tense as everybody on the other ship. She's just kind of hanging out. She's not super worried about going into the edge of Imperial control. She's just sort of chilling. And she's contemplating the belt buckle. She's like kind of turning it over in her fingers and kind of thinking about like, how would that work? Like how like envisioning the logistics of like a saddle or like a do the bones get like are there skeletal bulls and like do their bones get tangled? Like what about rib bones and femurs and like
Are you allowed to put your legs inside their ribs? Yeah.
yeah,
There's
like
a lot of
if
questions.
they start to buck, like do you
Yeah.
hook your like I feel like it
Where
would
do you
be
where do you
super
put that strap thing that
Uh-huh.
pisses them off? Yeah.
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 Like do they have testicles that you can aggravate? Because I don't think they do.
The ghost of testicles past.
Yeah.
That's what it's
And
called.
that's how you get them to buck, I guess. I don't know. Like so she's
Yeah.
really like
Yeah.
she's
deep questions. Yeah.
she's deep in thought considering how you get a bull without testicles to buck.
Gotcha. And how a skeleton without them would want to ride one. But
Do they get bruises?
bone chips. Oh. Is this one of my splinters or is it from the cow?
Or is it the
I d- oh, no, I
Shock,
don't-
quick, save us. Take us deeper into the cesspool that is this story.
Yeah, so Jacques isn't even really paying attention to like where they're going. He's kind of been side-eyeing Pants this whole time, and he goes to pull out a cigarette and light it, and realizes it's the pinky bone. He's like, oh, nailed. Puts it back in his pocket, pulls out an actual cigarette. It's just like, just looking at this man's chest, like, do I want him or do I want to be him?
He catches you looking and he looks at you and he says, have you ever seen the cuckoo clock?
What? What?
Like a cuckoo clock, but it's in my pants.
I've seen many. Yes, and
As you look down the codpiece on his evening trousers, because he's changed, looks actually like the front of a German cuckoo clock. Like there's little doors and stuff that would, yeah. And he looks kind of sad that when you kind of shut him down.
yes, it's in my memory. If you have to show it off, there's not much to show.
Oh, but it's on that little spring and everything.
Little Al is just
Yep.
gonna like lean over and like nudge with the elbow, like, go on.
No, I think I'm good.
There's a
You
voice in
are.
all their heads from Silent, just like not even looking, being like, called it first. Just in the head.
Dibs! Mad dibs!
You can have
So-
him, Silent.
So
Not
the,
my
the camera does that thing where it backs up just off the ship and then drops down beside, so you can only see the side of the ship. We go past one lit porthole and boop into the water, leaving all of you clothed, unclothed, cuckoo clocked, and otherwise on
We just
deck
hear,
to just
"Cuckoo!"
yeah.
Okay, hold on. I need
Yeah.
to ask Silent. When you do that, your mental talk thing, can we respond in your mind?
Yep, it's a conversation. Yep.
Someone just goes, "What's a cuckoo clock?"
Cuckoo.
And then from behind you, you hear cuckoo. Then you hear silent. You hear silent unzip, and then you hear cuckoo.
Coma has no interest.
Man, are you muted? So it's even funnier.
gone.
Drop the curtain
Yep,
fast.
yep. I'm dropping the curtain. Yep. I will drop the curtain. The only thing left sticking through the curtain is Pants's well-trousered ass for just a moment, and then they drop further. And that is where we will end tonight.
Thank you, Kevin.
God, this
I'm
is the
so
fucking.
glad.
Oh my god, just the squeak. This is the punniest episode yet.
This is exactly why I wanted to do this. The whole thing's like this. If you like the puns, it's coming. There's endless.
It's not the only thing coming.
Kevin more than Jack.
Did that
Hey,
quite-
I don't think Jack
did
has
that
had
clock
any
just strike
in the crew.
Did it just strike
No.
13? You give it a minute, it'll strike 13 again. But anyway, save all that for next week. But I want to thank all of you wonderful, marvelous people for playing in this ridiculous, silly, thirsty, punny game. I love it. I love being able to play at this level. You guys are all going with. You're all having. I love them all. I'm gonna go around the circle. Hellhounds 20. This wholesome little beautiful little squid, just helping people and just being nice, and everybody else is just like, whoa, look at these. And Thomas just like, I'm gonna save the world. And it's absolutely wonderful because Thomas of age. Thank you for that. Oh, Sarah, when I thought to myself, I want to play a thirsty game, who do I want? Sarah in this game. Sarah. It was just like, yep, you had to be in this because of your reaction. You wear your emotions on your face, and it is so much fun to make you laugh. I love it. Thank you so much for coming and saying yes to playing this game. Glory. We lost your eyes several times tonight. That's like, there's levels of laughing and so bad your eyes are closed is like, that's a milestone level, and I got that tonight. So I'm very happy. Thank you so much for being in this game. And we still moved the plot along. It wasn't just filth. It was funny, and it moved the plot along, and we all did cool things, and yay. So thank you for that. Silent keeps Silent has no shame, and I love that. And so yeah, it was great fun playing with that. I knew somebody was getting the French pole vaulter joke tonight. I just waiting for the moment to show itself. So thank you for showing it. Appreciate that very much. Luna, the mustache, the hat, the everything, the whole look. It was so Jacques tonight. As just a dirty little boy who you just know you're gonna end up having to get some shots after, but it doesn't matter, right? I love it. The horny bard, it can still be done, and it doesn't have to be nasty. It can be just funny, and thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Kevin, for running for us.
Thank you,
There's
Kevin.
very
Thank
few
you, Kevin.
people, very few people that I would feel safe enough to run such a thirsty plot line with.
Mhm.
You are one of the very few that I would have said yes to. So thank you
Mhm.
so much, Kevin.
Yeah.
That put me in my happy place. Thank you, all of you nodding to that. It's like, yeah, I feel good now. So I feel good. I feel joy. So let's do the share the joy thing, because everybody here knows my favorite saying. We'll get to the end in a second, but before we get to that, hey, times are weird. It's been weird for about 4 years now, like extra freaking weird. So when times are tough, share it, because shared pain is lessened. People can help you carry the load. They don't have to have the answers. Sometimes all they have to do is listen. So if you can, share somebody's pain and help them get over it. Joy is not only shareable, it's catching. much like a sexually transmitted disease. You can give joy to people by interacting with them. So share the joy every time you get the chance. Wear joy condoms if you feel that you must. But until next time, because apparently I'm the only one that can speak right now,
There's a pill for that.
please. And now I'm gone.
If your joy lasts for longer than 4 hours, please call a medical
Please,
professional.
God, please, yes. Or watch another episode of this. Until next time, please, please, please be nice to each other. Good night, everybody.
Hey, Joel.